when Jack was diagnosed with autism, they lived within this regimental daily routine. And he hardly had any speech, and I often used to think, oh my gosh, just to be able to hold a conversation with my son would be lovely.
Our biggest concerns for Zach when he left further education was what was he going to do? But left to his own devices, he would be in his room, he would be playing on the computer, normally ridiculous Disney cartoon characters, because I suppose they appeal to him, but that isn't really a life in front of a little screen looking at Disney.
When you have a young adult that has got special needs and you're told that they're going to need ongoing support, adult support for the rest of their life, you sort of you become a bit numb.
I think that employers don't want to employ people with disabilities because they don't really understand them.
So you have to start thinking, what avenue do you go down? And this awful fear factor kicks in, wondering, where do you go next? What avenue do you take?
I feel very strongly that people with learning disabilities are the most neglected group in our society. And these people are always at the bottom of a heap. They're considered to be a very expensive minority. And I was so sure that we had to give them a voice for them to be part of society, for them to feel included and to have a purpose to their day. Our Team Domenica model is unique in that we have what I like to call a three-prong attack. We have our training centre where there are accredited courses, educational courses. We have the cafe, which is also like a classroom, where they can learn social skills as well as show off their professional skills.
I was thinking I'd treat myself to a bit of cake. What do you recommend?
No, I prefer the rocky road myself, but...
I'm going for a rocky road.
Don't let that tempt you, okay?
And then of course the third and the most important part in terms of getting our candidates out into the community is the employment arm. We have somebody whose job it is to go out, work with local businesses. We're now working with over 30 businesses in Brighton to get our candidates out into the workplace, out into the world, out into society where they belong. Zach has just celebrated his first year as a pastry chef in the Grand Hotel.
Hello, good morning.
Zach brings benefits to me as a manager in the sense of that he brings a skill that is really hard to find nowadays. His autism is definitely not a handicap in any sense of form. It's something that I would truly embrace because his level of detail, his approach, his method and his commitment to what he's trying to make is just absolutely first class. Absolutely perfect. Good job there, mate. High five.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. I was lucky enough to be in our centre when Domenica was told that she had been given a paid job at the Pavilion Garden Cafe. I have never been so proud or so moved, and just to see her incredible joy at her own sense of achievement, the journey she's been on, my mind went back to that initial prognosis that Domenica probably wouldn't walk or talk. And here she is in a cafe, carrying trays, chatting to customers. It's unbelievable.
I feel really proud of getting money from my work, and I feel really happy.
Jack has now started work at the British Airways I360 in Brighton. And I think the bonus for Jack, because Jack always used to love dressing up as a child with no sort of speech and language, he was always in the dressing up corner. So the chance of wearing a suit and looking dapper is right up Jack's street, I can assure you. So every day, out comes the iron and he has to look pristine.
I greet the customers on the pod when at the beginning, and I give out viewing maps when we go halfway up, and sometimes I polish the glasses. At the half time I'll just walk up to see if they're okay, and I take pictures on their phones if they needed to.
All the while that Team Domenica is out there doing what they're doing for these young adults, I'll tell you, it's just an improvement, and it's something special, not only for them, but for the parents too. So it's an amazing team, and I can't begin to tell you that without them we wouldn't be here talking now. And sorry about this, but it's made a real change in Jack's life.